What's going on, people? Welcome to Live Palace News. As you can see from the title, we have got more updates today, and that is regarding Michael Olise. It has been a frustrating day. I'm not frustrated at Palace fans, but I'm more frustrated in just everything that's been going around it. People just don't listen. But look, we're going to be talking about that. Ornstein, Fabrizio, loads of journalists in the last few hours have been giving us updates on the latest with Olise, and also a new kit update as well. We'll be discussing that. That will be on a lighter tone. As always, if you do enjoy this, hit the like button, subscribe to not miss out on future Crystal Palace content, and get involved in the chat as always. I'll be honest, people, I am frustrated today. I am frustrated. I haven't been frustrated over news for a while, but there's just a concept that neutrals can't understand. So if you're neutral, I brought out the receipts, all my points as well on some of the things that we're going to be saying in this chat. But look, big up to everyone who's joined us live right now. Animal saying we're ready. Shane saying as ready as I'll ever be. A lot of people are ready. A lot of people are ready for this. And Shane saying piss off Chelsea. Then days are going up the Palace. We're on the ups, son. No one can stop us. Look, let's get into it. I'm going to be showing some tweets as well from the journalists. Some comments made by journalists that needs to be said as well to add context to it, because it is very frustrating. If you're on there, if you're on these social media platforms right now, you would think that Olise is a Crystal Palace player. The hype is unreal. I mean, they just don't know. But let's get into it. So earlier on today, as first reported by Darren Lewis from the Mirror, and Ornstein later on reported it as well, Chelsea have made contact to Crystal Palace about signing Marco Olise. They've expressed the interest in the 22-year-old winger and requested permission to talk with the reps. The deal includes £60 million release clause. Other clubs retain strong interest. So we start off there. Chelsea open, as you can see from the title, contact to Crystal Palace. Once you see that tweet, people are out there thinking Chelsea have got Michael Olise. Well, it feels like that from the outside looking in anyways. It feels like Olise is right now a Chelsea player, which is not. I mean, we spoke about this about a few weeks ago in the first place, that Chelsea were willing to open contact with Crystal Palace in about 2 weeks' time. Literally 2 weeks ago, we mentioned this about Michael Olise. I mean, it's just contact. First of all, this is just the contact element. I'm not saying that it might happen, it might not happen. I still think he doesn't go Chelsea, but that's what's happened. Now, let's show these tweets as well, because I think it's only right. We're going to have to show the tweets and we're going to have to go through it as well. These are, as you can see on the screen, this is what David Ornstein reported, the thing that I just read out right now, £60 million release clause. But I think it's also important to show a few other things as well regarding this Michael Olise situation, because it's not, as I said, it's not as black and white as people make it out to be. But let us know your thoughts as well as I'm speaking. I'm going to go through all the comments. Don't worry about that. And hit the like button and subscribe, people, if you can, to support the channel and help that algorithm. Now, the Daily Telegraph has also mentioned something as well, which is very important. And they've said that, you know, the sources claim that Olise's £60 million release clause may only be triggered by Champions League clubs. Ed Aarons mentioned this in a tweet as well. But then I think information just dropped about a few minutes ago suggesting that that might not be the case. Look, let me just say this. Nothing is as black and white as people have made out to be with Olise's release clause. I've said this from minute one. We don't know exactly what the release clause includes. Some people have said Champions League clause. Some people have said another thing. There's so many things that's been said. There's been so many things that's been said, so many things that will be said. And we will be talking about Olise. In all honesty, when I first saw the report, I was like, do we have to talk about this? But then as more and more people get involved, it's only right. I mean, we can't avoid the topic. We have to talk about Michael Olise if we're doing a Crystal Palace news show. So it is frustrating. It is frustrating because you're hearing one thing from another journalist, another thing from another. 1 hour, he has got Champions League release clause. The other hour, he hasn't. But I think, let me show this as well. For those who's thinking that Michael Olise has left to go Chelsea, which a lot of people don't understand with release clauses, is that you can activate it, but it doesn't mean the player is 100% going to join you, as we saw last year. And I'll bring out the tweets from Fabrizio Romano that suggested that he was literally on his way to Chelsea, which didn't happen. And I'll bring out those tweets as well to back up my claims here. But look, so this is, I think, biggest tweet out of them all. And this coming from Ben Jacobs. And he said the following: the speed at which clubs are moving on Michael Olise is partly down to the player. It is partly down to the player. There's a lot of people that needs to understand this. Partly down to the player who's in France's Olympic squad, hoping to decide in the coming days or weeks on his future. Olise has, he's not bad advice, but anyways, let me continue reading and I'll give my thoughts. Olise wants to carefully assess all suitors before deciding if which move is right. Likely to be quite structured process with all clubs coming forward to a Palace, aware of Olise's preference for clarity in June or early July. I feel like I need to read this again. He is hoping to decide in the coming days or weeks on his future. Olise wants to carefully assess all suitors before deciding if which move is right. For everyone that's out there that's right now doing streams saying that Olise is in advanced talks with Chelsea, it's just utter nonsense. It's just utter nonsense because Olise hasn't decided himself. And I don't understand what is this entitlement when it comes to bigger clubs that Olise, because Chelsea are interested, Olise joining Chelsea. Olise doesn't need to join Chelsea. And I'm not saying Olise is 100% staying at Palace. But Olise could join a Champions League club. And the biggest thing out of this, which I'm going to put in the chat, the initial report that came from Darren Lewis, I'm going to put this in the chat. Look what he said in the article. It's in the chat right now. I'm going to read it out. I'm going to put it in front of the screen because a lot of people just simply don't understand this. City, Liverpool and Arsenal have the edge on Chelsea as London-born Olise wants to play in the Champions League. But that will not deter the Blues who remain hugely impressed by his data set. He wants to play in the Champions League. There's no rush for Olise to leave and join Chelsea this summer. If now, as I've said, there's been tweets and Olsen's mentioned as well. Newcastle, sorry, with all due respect, I've been having a debate with Newcastle fans on Twitter. You're not in this conversation, not right now. Maybe if you're more established Champions League club, but for now, you're not in this conversation. Bayern Munich, Arsenal. Then again, Arsenal have Saka, so I don't know if Olise would be willing to go there when Saka's there. It doesn't really make that much sense. Liverpool, City. Now, if you mention all these teams, then yeah, I think it makes sense. It makes total sense for Michael Olise to leave this club. But this is coming from Darren Lewis, by the way, the person who initially reported this. But then again, when it comes down to the tweets won't mention this part, will they? They won't mention this part of the story because it's not going to give the clicks. And I get it. I get the game. But it's an important part of the story that Olise wants to play for a Champions League football club. So everyone that's out there reporting that Chelsea have contacted Crystal Palace over signing Michael Olise, no. I've just shown you the Ben Jacobs tweets about him not even deciding his future yet. I've just shown you what Darren Lewis said, the person who initially reported this, which Ornstein's giving credit to as well, that he wants to play for a Champions League club. It doesn't mean that Olise is 100% leaving to go Chelsea. He might do. I would be hugely surprised if Olise does go Chelsea when some of these other clubs that's been mentioned makes much more sense if he wants to play for a Champions League club. But when it comes to Chelsea, as I've said before, I'm not worried about Chelsea. I'm not. Because I think Olise is not bad advised. We saw it last summer. Olise was meant to be a Chelsea player. What happened? He signed a new 4-year deal. He's happy at Palace. I'm not saying that because he's happy at Palace, he won't be leaving Palace. He will be leaving Palace one day, 100%. And that day might be this summer, or it might be next summer. But he will be leaving, whether not this season or next season. But when it comes down to the Chelsea talks, let's just relax a bit. The entitlement that I see coming from those fans that Chelsea want him, they're going to get him. No, because he tried last summer. It didn't work, bro. It just didn't work. So it's tiring. It's tiring. But I think this part of the initial statement needs to be out on the screen. Especially read the part where he said he wants to play for a Champions League club. And remember, a release clause doesn't mean that Olise is handcuffed and taken to Chelsea or whoever activates it. It means that, talks can start with Olise. Technically, it shouldn't start before it, but I believe that talks already happened behind the scenes. Normally, you don't activate release clause. Then again, if you've been watching these episodes, David Ornstein did report that in an unusual stance. I think we spoke about yesterday on the channel. Chelsea have to activate it with Palace before speaking to Olise. Normally, it doesn't work like that. So, we don't even know if Olise wants to join Chelsea. There's no indication that Olise wants to join Chelsea. So all this hysteria that Olise is going to Chelsea, it's just utter nonsense. Just so stupid. And it just frustrates me because there is this entitlement there. I'll be surprised, as I've said, I'll be surprised, people, if Olise was to go to Chelsea. Because I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad advice. I mean, Chelsea as a football club, much bigger than Crystal Palace, won the Champions League. He's got a bigger chance of winning stuff there technically. But we don't even know how their new manager is going to set up. Well, they will know, but we don't know how, if their new manager is going to be any good. Like, there's so many still question marks about Chelsea. Chelsea, all of a sudden, to be a destination where players want to go to, I don't think that's the case. Especially if you're well advised. If you're desperate for a move, yeah, it makes sense. But if there's other clubs that are interested, such as Liverpool, such as City, and all these clubs, why would you be in a rush to go and join Chelsea? I wouldn't if I have Olise's talent. So yeah, it literally just depends on what Olise wants. But according to Ben Jacobs, Olise hasn't even made up a decision, and he wants to be playing in the Champions League club. That's his state, and it seems like Palace are still calm with the situation. But yeah, it's frustrating. Let's go through the comments. See what you lot think as well. Let me know if you think Olise is leaving. By the way, if you're enjoying the stream, if you've just joined now, hit the like button, people. It takes a second of your time, and subscribe if you haven't already done so to not miss out on future Palace content. We'll be talking about the kit. Trust me, we'll be talking about the kit. That's going to be the one positive out of today. But yeah, make sure to hit the like button. Trey, let's go through the comments. Send in your thoughts as well on the Olise rumors. Chelsea has a player worth double the market value than Olise and Mudryk. $150 million spent buying him, 2 shillings spent developing him. The crazy thing is, let me see if I can find a tweet. I've been arguing. I just can't believe that's why I'm just drained today. I've been arguing with Newcastle fans that are saying that Olise has wasted his career at Crystal Palace. Olise has wasted his career at Crystal Palace. The same Olise that we bought for £8 million has what I see. Some people are natural trolls. Like, I troll at times as well. It happens. But you can't be that stupid. Like, some of the stupid, like, that's why I'm not always on Twitter. I don't know how you lot do it that are always on the app. I've got a bit of time now. I've come back from work. That's why I'm on it. But to say that Olise has wasted his career at Crystal Palace, I mean, there's no logic behind that. He literally joined us for £8 million. How many people knew about Olise before he joined Crystal Palace? Now, all the Champions League clubs, not all the Champions League clubs, let me be corrected. A lot of Champions League clubs want him. There's lots of interest there from all the big clubs. So how on earth has he actually wasted his career at Crystal Palace? These are the type of things that I've been dealing with today. It's just boring rather than more than anything. It's just dumb. Like, let's have logical conversations. Let's have conversations based on logic. Not, oh, Chelsea's a bigger club than Crystal Palace. Olise is 100% joining Chelsea. That's stupid. That's not logical to think like that. It's not the 90s. Oh, Isak is going to be joining Arsenal because Arsenal is a bigger club. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. There's a chance that he might join. Of course, you can't ever deny it. But it's not as black and white as it used to be back in the day. So, just apply some logic to it as well. When you make some comments. TCD saying, I reckon Olise stays for another season. Paul Confident saying that Olise, Olive, that made me laugh. Amen. Olise and Eze are not going anywhere until January window on next season end off. So he's confident about both of them staying. I still think that there's a chance that Olise could leave this window. I just don't think he's going Chelsea. That's my stance on it. I mean, he already rejected Chelsea, but don't say that to Chelsea fans because it boils their blood when you say that. That he rejected Chelsea. Apparently, we were snitches. Apparently, this and that happened, and yeah, that's why he's signing new deal at Palace and rejected Chelsea. But, anyways, according to Chelsea fans, he didn't. Why would Olise go Chelsea and play behind Palmer? He wouldn't be behind Palmer. He'll be playing down the right hand side. It'll be him and Madueke. So that'll be the two over there. So seeing the state of fans saying it, probably never been in London. He also saying seeing the state of the fans saying it, probably never been in London, let alone Stafford Bridge. Bunch of plastics. Big six entitlement makes me sick. Yeah, I just Yeah. Look, he would. Luke saying, why would you want to go anywhere? We are a much better place. We are in a better place than we were before, but it's not like we're in competing for the title next year. I don't think anyone could say that. And there are clubs out there who are more likely to compete than Palace, and Chelsea being one of them. But then again, there's other clubs that are better than Chelsea in their position, and he wants to, according to Darren Lewis. I mean, the first person who reported this, even Ornstein's giving him credit. He said that in his actual article, rather than the tweet that people read out, he said that Olise wants to be playing for a Champions League club. So just because Chelsea started the contact, it doesn't mean Olise joining Chelsea. We've been here already. We spoke about this last summer, and he ended up signing a new deal. It's not as black and white. If Olise stays, we can get Europe. Since Villa have got top four, they've been getting real big balls too. Everyone getting big balls. Everyone is. I guess that's the part of the game, right? Hippie 420 saying might have to find a nice knockoff kit. They do some good copies in Singapore. I don't know. I don't encourage that, but we'll be talking about the kit. You can get a non-sponsored version as well. I'll be telling you how officially. Are we going to announce new plays tomorrow? So about that, I think Alan Nixon's actually, right before I went live, Alan Nixon reported something. What did he report? Let's try to find it actually here and try to show on the screen. The problem is I like to show tweets on the screen, but my laptop is a bit laggy. So support me, get me a new laptop. No, I'm joking. I think he said something about new signings that they're actually done. Here we go. Here it is here. I'm going to show you on the screen as well. So positive news about the two incomings that we've been talking about for a while now, it feels like. According to Alan Nixon, so the question was, when are Palace likely to see Kamada and Chaddy completed and announced? He's saying it's done, but not done the movies yet. So basically saying the announcement. So yeah, as we've said for a while, it seems like that deal was done. It's just about the international duty. They were both on international duty. Now that that's over, all the official, release for tweets and the signings that can be completed now. But yeah, those deals are done. Whether they get announced tomorrow, I don't know. I have no clue about that. It seems a bit ambitious, maybe. But new home kit got announced. Maybe for their away kit, they could be announced as well. And I was saying, yeah, Glasner is the main man here. Exactly. Look, Glasner's another one that we spoke about. Look, Bayern Munich approached him and he rejected them. And I think Glasner has a massive pull here. And I've said this for a while as well, people. I've said this for a while. I think Glasner coming in at the time has had a massive impact. If Glasner joined us this summer and we're talking about all of this, then I'm way more worried. But I think Glasner has a massive impact because I don't think any of these players need to leave. Like, they could stay for another season and leave next summer. They will be leaving, but leave next summer. We can see. Let's see what we can do next season if we run it up again. Let's see with the depth as well. Which just literally showed a tweet about two players that are done, but the announcement videos are not done, so that haven't been announced yet. Well, let's see what we can do, because that's what this squad has been missing. And I think that's the mentality around the Palace camp anyways. As soon as the season ended, we've heard talks about, Palace being confident that Eze Olise will be staying at the football club. I still think, this is my opinion, I still think one player will be leaving, and that will be Mark Gahey. I still think that happens. But yeah, let's see. Marty's saying keep the squad and the two additions and keep injuries to a minimum, and we can compete for the title. Most England players and everyone wants our best players. I'm not saying that, but if you think that, Marty, fair enough. I don't know. Too early to be saying that. Kyle saying Palace clearly have the managerial advantage over Chelsea. Their new guys unproven at best. If you say that to Chelsea fans, you're going to get shot. Yeah, you're going to get shot. But that's the thing. It's not like Chelsea are settled. And that's my stance. I think he does. If he was to leave Palace, he joins a more stable club that's actually in the Champions League, that's actually pushing for it. I don't think he goes Chelsea. But it depends on who you really speak to. But let's see what happens with that. But look, that's it for the Olise talk. We're not done here, of course. We're going to be talking more stuff Palace. But if you do enjoy the content, people, all I ask is a like. If you can like it, if you do enjoy it, that's all I ask for. It helps the algorithm, helps grow the channel. Subscribe as well if you haven't already done so. Let's try to reach 5,000 subscribers. If you have any questions, I'm going to try to find them and pin them, and we'll answer it towards the end of the show. Now, let's talk about some positive news. Enough of Olise. because I'm pretty sure this won't be the last and the first, of course, time talking about Olise. Let's talk about the new kit. It's here. As you can see from the thumbnail as well, Crystal Palace have announced the new kit for the 24-25 season. What are we thinking? What are we thinking about it? Gahey looking nice and fresh there. Olise was in the video. Gahey was in the video. Eze was. I'll be honest, because then some people are saying they were in the announcement video, so they're staying at the club. I don't think it's black and white as that. But yeah, what do you think about it, chat? What do we think about not Olise, the new kit? I'll be honest, I'm a massive fan. In fact, I will be saying this here live on air. I think it is the best kit that we've had since getting promoted. I do. I think it is. I think it's special. I think this kit is very special. It's just a shame about the sponsor, really. For me, anyways. Of course, some people you don't care, then fair enough, that's on you. But look, let's show it again. I think the eagle, that's like all around the kit, the red, the blue. Some people saying that it's a bit too busy. I get it, but I think it just stands out nice. It's something different. It's something that stands out. The only concern that I have about it is the shorts. But of course, I'm not going to be going to games and flipping a kit and shorts and boots. So I'm not going to be wearing the shorts. But yeah, that's the only concern. Also, as I said yesterday, I will not be buying the kit with the sponsor on top of it. Thank God for Macron actually having the option without the sponsor. So if you do want to buy the kit, you can do. If you go on Macron's website, they do have the option without the sponsor. However, it will cost you more, about 20 to 40 pound more. But if that's what you want, you do have the option. So you don't have to go down the unofficial route. You can still get an official kit without the sponsor. So it's not too bad. Let's see what people think. Let's see what people think about the kit. Let's go through the comments right now. Send in your comments as well if you haven't already done so. Let's see. New kit looks lovely. Earth says, yeah, I agree. Alex saying right after him, Alex saying, sorry, but the kit is dog shit. So look, that's what I love about this, just opinions. Is it Christmas already? It isn't. Well, if you look at the weather, you might think so, but no, it isn't. Kit is too busy, may grow on me. I don't know. It's just growing on me as soon as I saw it. I was just thinking, damn, what about the sponsors? Like, why did we need those sponsors? Marty's saying a bit too much going on with it. At least he's got the stripes though. Chad is saying the kit, sadly, I won't be able to afford it. Hopefully, yeah, that's sad. Maybe you might do a giveaway on the channel. Let's see how the year goes. Big Tigger saying the new kit looks like something out of Tekken. Red shorts, blue shorts. Let me try to find a picture of the shorts of it. But Kaika saying I wish they kept the shirt simple. So he's not a fan of it as well. Interesting. I personally think it's the best kit that we've had since getting promoted. Alex saying I think they should have kept the solid lines. I feel like they tried to implement multiple cool factor stuff. Fair enough. So yeah, on the Crystal Palace website and the official website, it is £60 if you do want it with the sponsor. So there is that cheap option. But if you do want it without the sponsor, Macron do offer it. If you go on Macron's website, you do have to pay for the delivery fee as well. So it does cost more, about nearly £100, so £40 more. I guess that depends on where you are in the world, because there's a lot of people from all over the world here. But yeah, so you do have two options, which is good, which is what I like. I'm not saying I'm buying a Macron kit today. No, I'm not doing that. But down the line, I might buy it. Let's see how it looks in person as well when the games kick off. Because in the photos, it looks great for me anyways. The shorts are terrible. The good thing is about the shorts is, I mean, end of the day, I'm pretty sure you're not wearing the shorts. I'm not wearing the shorts. I don't leave the house with a Crystal Palace top and Crystal Palace kit and Crystal Palace shorts and Crystal Palace headphones with a Crystal Palace hat. I don't do that. But if you do wear full kit, then yeah, they are terrible. But hopefully you don't, because that's a bit worrying if you leave the house with a full kit to go to work or something. Adam was saying, I think Olise is staying, so there's no need for replacement, but Somerville would be good. People are talking about Olise replacements here. We spoke about it as well. Somerville has been mentioned, as well as a few other players. Leon saying, love the kit, really nice. Love to see Kamada and Riyadh in it. Now, my theory is we will see the announcement of the away kit with either Kamada and Riyadh in it. I think it makes too much sense. Maybe I'm thinking too much about it, but let me know in the chat. But that's what I'm thinking. Their away kit. Also, what do we want for their away kit? A lot of people on socials have been saying they want yellow for their away kit. I don't know how they're going to push their away kit. I mean, when we look at the home kit, look at it with all the patterns and stuff. Do they go a bit more simple with their away kit? Do they change it up? I don't know. But the picture, maybe it's the pictures. I just love this home kit. I love this home kit. I will be buying it at one point without the sponsor. But yeah, so the away kit. I don't know. What color do you lot want the away kit to be? Here we go. Olise needs to trade the red and blue stripes for black and white ones. I mean this with no offense, and I spoke about this already. Newcastle have an exciting project, 100%. And they are, I think, in the future going to be going somewhere. But for now, even though you've played in the Champions League, Newcastle are not really in the conversation. I think if I'm Olise, I'd probably still go Chelsea over Newcastle at this current moment of time. But in the future, let's say it was 5 years or 10 years down the line and you were established European club or maybe Champions League club and you did have all the players around them. I'm not saying that you don't. I think Olise, Isaac and Gordon, that'd be fantastic. But right now, with all due respect, I am not worried about Newcastle. And I mean this with all due respect. He's not going to be going Newcastle this summer. I need a sash for the away kit. Yeah. I was actually talking about kits the other day on my Twitter. If you don't, make sure to follow me there because I ramble on about Palace there as well when I do have the time. But the worst home kit that I have seen, and also send in your questions as well. I'll read out some of the questions. The worst home kit that I've seen. Let me see if I can go right now on my Twitter and find it. I think it's a 15, 16, 14, 15. I can't remember the year, but geez, this kit that we had, and it's funny as well when you look at the players. I mean, I don't think personally there could be a worse kit than the kit that I'm about to show you. I don't know what we were thinking. I don't know who on earth approved this kit in the season. But let me just find it. Jeez, I've been talking a lot about kits and stuff. Actually, here we go. Here we go. Here it is. Let me show you right now on my screen so you can see the kit as well. Now, it's not 2021. But that was, if you're talking about the Colgate kit, the white kit with the red, blue, white, then yeah, that season wasn't that great as well. But this kit has to be the worst kit we've had since promotion. Oh my days. Like, first of all, let's look at the kit. Then we'll talk about the players in the kit. What were... Look, Macron has had a glow up. We can just say that. They've had a glow up with their kits. Finally, they're back on track. But 16-17, I can see it there. 16-17 kit. This was, in my opinion, this was the worst home kit that we've had in a while. Too much blue. The red is just off. It's confusing. And then again, you got Jordan Much staring at your face like that. It gets even worse. And then you look at Yannick Bolasie. Bolassie's like, what on earth am I wearing? Got some weird lineup. Connor Wickham, Much, Bolasie, Sacco, Scott Dan. I mean, this kit, I think, is the worst kit that we've had since promotion. But maybe you lot might disagree. It is awful. Yeah. I think, you know what's funny? That's actually this comment from Animal. He's got that kit. I wonder if I've got that kit. I might actually have that kit as well. I just realized right now, do I have that kit? I'll check for it after the stream because I don't want to leave you lot here by yourselves. But that is weird. I need to check my wardrobe for that kit. It's not this one. It's another one. Otherwise, I'll go open this one. My kits are not in this one. But yeah, we'll see. Agreed, awful, says Maya as well. Shocking. I have that kit. A few people's got that kit. I don't know what. Maybe it was the hype. Maybe it was the Pardew hype. Was it the season? I can't remember. Was it the season that, to be fair, there was no hype to go into the season? I mean, the second season on the Pardew was the one that we struggled massively towards the end of the season. So I can't remember what season it was, but I don't know why on earth we bought that kit. Maybe we love the club too much. But yeah, exactly. It makes next season's look stunning. It does. All right, then let's go through some questions. If you have any questions about Palace, about anything, we'll try to keep it to Palace if possible. But yeah, we'll go through your questions right now. Trundle's saying, I think that was my first season as a football Palace fan, so I guess I'll always kind of love that kit. Fair enough. Yeah. Let me quickly answer this as well. So there's a debate, of course, between a Newcastle fan, who's, of course, on a high right now. I get as well. 11 points, you had a good run. I actually like Palace as a club, but let's be real. You have a ceiling that's not the same as ours. The thing that I would say that you have to realize as well is that we might have a ceiling that's not the same as yours, but other clubs have a ceiling that's higher than Newcastle that won Olise. And I think this is where the conversation goes down to. That's why Olise will not be joining Newcastle this summer, because there are bigger clubs that can achieve more things if he was to leave Palace than Newcastle at this current moment of time. So that's the whole dilemma. Like, you can say that about Palace, but I can say the same thing about Newcastle. Of course, from the inside looking in, you might think one thing, but from the outside looking in, when there's potentially Bayern Munich, even Chelsea, I don't think he's going to join Chelsea, but why would Olise not join Chelsea over Newcastle, for example, a club that's actually won the Champions League? So yeah. Well, if you're talking about in general, 100% Newcastle got a bigger ceiling. Yeah, I agree with you. But yeah. All right then, enough of Olise, because it's after laying it all out. If you just joined it now, whoa, pause. But if you just joined in now, make sure to go to the start of the stream where I speak about Olise, show the tweets, show the explanations that Olise hasn't actually left Palace, even though it feels like it, and time for people to calm down before getting all upset or all excited, depending on where you're coming from. Luke saying, is it coming home finally? My answer to that is Southgate is in charge. So what do you think? I don't know. Maybe some people think England will win it this year, but England should have won a major tournament. With Southgate, you never know. You never know. It's a bit baffling. At least we've got 4 Palace players to look forward to potentially, even though all 4 won't be starting. Twisted saying, D, will you ever sell Back of the Nest merch? It's not right now in the plans, but maybe in the future. Yes, right now it's about trying to grow the channel. We're working on some stuff behind the scenes to make the aesthetics of the channel look a bit better. But I will be, by the way, we're here 7 p.m. every single day, people. If you're just joining now and normally don't tune in, most days anyways, if there's a Palace news, we're here 7 p.m. to talk about them. But also another thing to say is that we will be looking for helpers for next season. Of course, as I mentioned before, if you do want to grow the channel, we do need some of your help as well, especially with the socials platform for behind the scenes work. So if you do want to get involved, the link will be posted at some point, and when it does, I'll let you all know as well. But yeah, right now we've got a new banner in the works, so we'll see how that comes out, but I'll post that once that is happening as well. Any other questions? I feel like you lot have asked a lot of questions that I've just missed because the chat is popping off today. Let me see. Put a Q and a dot before the question so I can easily spot it, because as you can tell, there's lots of chats going through, so it's hard to spot all the questions. Anyways, let me go through some comments. If there isn't, then we'll wrap up. Luke saying, I can't see it coming home either. With Southgate in charge, we are not winning the Euros. I do think we perform better in comps than friendlies, but we'll see. We've spoken about the kit and our shit sponsor. Yeah, we have. This is the kit if you haven't already seen it, but I'm pretty sure you have. We have spoken about it. I'm a massive fan. I was ain't. And also you can get the kit without the sponsor on Macron's website if you don't want it. But you do have to pay a premium for it, so it will cost more. So there's a twist to it. But if you go on Macron's website, you can see it. Anything about Sule? There was a few hours ago from a source that only has like 9K followers on Twitter. So I didn't think it's worth mentioning, because if that's the case, then we'll be here talking about so many rumors. But I just think the timing of that after Olise news is just to get interactions. But yeah, he's a player that we've been rumored with. There's been more credible sources that's mentioned that, but nothing new as of today anyways. Irv saying, D, are you supporting England or Turkey during the Euros? I'll be supporting Turkey during the Euros. But of course, I'll be watching all the England games as usual. But yeah, I will be supporting Turkey, and I don't think I'll be supporting Turkey for too long, because we'll probably be there for 2-3 games as we normally are. Chill out saying, hello, D. What's going on? Luke saying, when is the schedule released? That's actually a very good point. I think it's getting released next week, which is a problem, I guess, because I'll be on holiday. But yeah, I think it's getting released next week. So let's see with that. And if it gets released early in the morning, geez, because I'm going to be over in the Dominican next week, and that is like 5 hours behind. So if it gets released at like 10 a.m., that's too early. We'll 100% react to it here on the channel, but we'll sort something out. Animal saying, do we have all the facts about the sponsor yet? No, we don't. As far as I'm aware, we don't. I mean, we showed the facts yesterday on the channel. Well, alleged facts from Twitter, but no official, no other comments from Palace regarding it. Anything about Job? No, that's gone quiet. That's gone quiet than any other rumor. I guess Palace right now is in defense mode, Dougie and Steve Parish. And I'll be honest, I would hate to be them in the position because it's going to just be a headache. You're going to have clubs contacting you about it. You say, Eze, Gehi. Jeez, it's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. So, yeah. England on the sheets. Turkey in the sheets. Hey, what does that mean? What does that mean? That's funny. That is actually funny. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. Alan saying if Mateta and Olise play in Paris, then they would miss the American tour. That is going to be the case. So they are missing the American tour. That's already been announced. They have been selected to play in the Olympics. So yeah, they will be missing a tour. And I think the key thing is they could be missing the start of the season as well as the tour. Did D say he's going on holiday? If it's Turkey again, that'd be great. For Palace. No, by the way, when I was in Turkey, I was actually working. I was not on holiday. I was there for 6 weeks working as an assistant producer for some Channel 4 show. So I was not on holiday over in Turkey. I know it seemed like it, but I wasn't. But now I'm actually going on holiday. Yes, I'm going on holiday on Monday to have some time off. Does the Olympic squad mean France under 21s? Yes. Basically, it does, but then you can also have a player that's over age, and that's why Mateta is in that squad. I don't know how. I'm not going to lie and say I know the limit, but I think all countries can have a player that is over the age of 21, whether that's 1, 2, or 3. Maybe the chat knows, but I can't remember. But that's how Mateta got selected because, of course, he doesn't admit that. I don't know if it's under 21 or under 23 as well. But yeah. Look, people, we're gonna wrap it up here. I'm not gonna waffle on for any longer, but as always, if you're here, make sure to be here tomorrow 7 p.m. as well, because I can guarantee you there's something gonna pop up. If it doesn't, I'll be very shocked after today. But if you have enjoyed this, all I ask for, like, people, and subscribe to not miss out future Palace content. If you have enjoyed this, of course, if you have enjoyed it. Thanks to every single one of you that's joined us. If you just joined us now, go to the start of the stream. We'll talk about Olise, show some tweets, show some evidence, and I give my thoughts about it as well. But that's it from me. And until next time, up the Palace.